One of the things I talked about was how language produces safety for people, because if we can put a language to something, then it kind of takes the riskiness out of it. The example I used in the talk was that there's a verse in James chapter 5 where it says, confess your faults to one another so you might be healed. And what I found is that if people can just have a language like that, instead of opening up in the group saying, well, I really blew it this week, or I really screwed up and I feel really bad, and they kind of have to climb out of the swamp. If they just have a language for that and say, hey, I got a James 5:16 thing, everybody knows they're about to talk about something that was hard for them, something that they might have made a mistake in. And so the language actually kind of becomes, I think I said in the talk, that it's sort of like a surfboard that they can ride into this process with. And the question was, what are some other examples of that? I've seen groups make shifts, for example, in the way they structure the time. They might have a how's everybody been doing time, and then a second sort of going to the material time. Then in the last half hour they say, okay, we're going to make a shift now, and we're going to talk about our gaps. And they have a gap time. And what the gap is here's where I am and here's where I want to be. And that particular group that I'm referring to had a language of, this is the time where we're going to talk about the steps we'd like to take this week or this month or this year, and how we're working on our gap. And it's a lot easier for people to share something that's risky if they have a word to put to it like that. So we're going to have sharing time now, or we're going to talk about our gap, or let's do our highs and lows of the week would be another one. And highs and lows, everybody's got to name one high and everybody's got to name one low. Well, if you're following a language and a path like that, then people don't feel like, gosh, I wonder if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or does anybody want to hear this? Because it's been assigned and it's got a label. So there's unlimited kinds of words that you can put to these things. I've got a friend who with his employees says, instead of saying, okay, I want to talk to you about something, he'll say, okay, coaching moment. And they both know that coaching moment means, here's something that I observed and here's a way to do it better. And there's no specific formula, but you figure out what is it you're trying to accomplish, and then find a benign term, or ask the group. Another great way to do it is ask the group, what should we call this? Let's put a label to it so we can raise our hand and say, okay, I'm about to do one of those. And what you'll find is that language will really help make this a lot safer.